see. It's probably okay. It's already started. No, nothing special today. It's just me and Gary. I'm working on actually. What are those? I got this program on my phone, and it's like a
Hmm.
full-fledged video editor. So I'm learning how to
Cool.
use it, the ins and outs, and there's so many things that it just doesn't tell you on the surface that you can do.
Mm.
And it's like it's got like things where you can make the text move like exactly where the objects are going and stuff.
Yeah,
And it's so
that's cool.
cool. Um, but I'm gonna make like some sort of an intro or like a theme song. But I'm thinking of what to do because one theme song I really like is the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yeah, yeah, I know the one.
And the
Yeah.
thing is, it just like it makes you want to listen to the show,
Mm.
and I really like that. Like I just it makes me feel like it's personal, and you want to. Sometimes I want to if they don't. There's some shows episodes where they don't put it on, and I'm like, damn man, I feel like I got cheated or something.
Mm. It's got to be spot on though, I think, because I've also heard shows where the theme tune's really bad,
Yeah,
and it just makes you not want to listen. So sometimes it has like the opposite effect.
yeah, that's
It's,
true. So if you can just not like hit that on the head, and I
mm,
think he did. He pretty much he got it. Then my wife was. I was telling my wife, I was like, what makes this song so like attractive? And I mean, it's got a lot of cursing in it, and sometimes it gets a little excessive. Like the curses were funny, but then there's if you listen to
mm,
the full song, like it goes a little excessive. But that's what he does on his show. Like it's. But
yeah.
the thing is I said, what makes this so attractive? And she said that it sounded familiar. And then she looked it
Mm,
up, and it basically has the feel of like Sublime.
okay.
And then I started listening to that, and I'm saying to myself, yeah, I could see that. Like just some guy singing. You
Yeah.
got a simple guitar riff going, some nice drums, and it's just then it hit me, and I'm saying to myself, I'm gonna think of something, and I want hopefully I could try to. We could both like get in on it. I can maybe sample a few sounds from you or something. Um,
Yeah, yeah. The sound of me crying.
yeah, maybe in the beginning it's like it starts with all right.
Yeah, just sort of mix it up a bit, beatbox it a little bit. Wiki
Yeah,
wiki, all right.
we can get Chris on or something.
Yeah, yeah, sounds good.
But yeah, I don't know.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's an idea. Getting Chris in on the action.
yeah, because he makes the
Um,
music and everything, so he could add like a
yeah,
little like one of those little interludes towards the middle.
yeah, yeah. He could do what he could rap the lyrics that I suggested last night on the private messaging.
Oh yeah, that'll be towards the end of the song, like when we start talking. It's like,
Yeah.
so we're here today, and then you hear the background. Fuck, 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 fuck. Wait.
Oh, is that you opening a bottle?
Yeah, this is called Cherry Wheat Samuel Adams.
Ah,
Now,
cool.
I was gonna get this other one I saw that was really fancy looking. It looked like
Hmm.
it was from another country or something, and it was like $3.99. I was like, for the bottle.
Wow.
This was like $1.99, but it was at Whole Foods. So Whole Foods has all those weird around the world beers and stuff.
Hmm.
So I said, you know what? Let me just take the Samuel Adams this time because I didn't want any.
So is it like it's not the standard Sam Adams? Is it like a flavored version or something?
Yeah, cherry. It's called Cherry Wheat, and let me tell you, it's actually pretty damn good.
Hmm.
You can taste the cherries in this. It's not sweet though. It
Oh
says
no.
yeah, and it says crisp, lightly sweet, but it has like a. It's like you're drinking a cherry soda, except
Hmm.
with a beer.
Wow.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Hmm.
Yeah. So.
I've got a mouthful of lolly, which is why I sound funny when I'm talking right now.
Oh, but
Um,
you got a different kind of lolly. You were saying it's like a yogurt, like a frozen yogurt or something.
yeah, it's one of these. It's like light pink coloured, and it's like a berry yogurt flavoured. And now I've bitten into it because it's cylindrical. It looks a little bit like an arsehole when you're looking down at it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about with
Do
that
you know
like
what I
kind of
mean?
frozen look,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
dot point in the middle. Yeah, yeah.
But I'm also drinking Jim Beam rye pre-prohibition style.
Oh wow.
just a shot of that. It was on offer in Asda Walmart. So rather than being normally it'd be about $35, $40, I suppose, when you convert it, and they'd reduced it to like $30 for the bottle. So, which was fairly reasonable. So, so you were saying you've had a bit of drama today.
Yeah, I had the yesterday. My father, he went into the hospital. He went to the emergency room because he had constipation, and so he calls me and he's like, "Can you pick me up? Can you take me there and stuff?" Like it's nothing. Like, it happens often. It's nothing like alarming, but it's always like on the surface you're like, "Oh shit," the emergency room and stuff like that. But it threw everything off because I had I was trying to I actually made a thumbnail for next week's show with Brian from the Grey Rooms, and I made the thumbnail and I got that done at least, but a lot of writing that I wanted to get done, it threw everything off. So today at 11 I start driving him back to the Bronx, and we have to go. I take him to Dunkin' Donuts. Then we're on the highway. Of course, there's traffic, and it's just like it's just all in all. I got back after I got all the Mother's Day stuff from my wife. It's like 2:00.
Yeah.
So it's like what, 3 hours? Yeah, like 2-3 hours. And I'm saying to myself, shit, man, all this time I'm wasting. But shit happens.
Yeah, yeah. Jeez, drama.
He was just.
Wait, so but it's all cool now, yeah.
Yeah, everything's cool. I told him, I said, if you go to the emergency room, just make sure it's on Saturday, because during the week I can't do that stuff,
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say I had a little bit of drama sort of in the early hours of the morning with the email that you might have seen that I received.
Oh yeah, and the funny thing is, you got that into your inbox. I saw one in my spam, and it was similar, but it was in my spam, so I didn't really see it. I just check it because sometimes certain things go there, but yours was like straight to your inbox. That's weird.
Yeah, so just for people who sort of aren't sure what happened or haven't seen Twitter. About 3:00 this morning, I woke up because my 9-month-old daughter needed a feed, and Lisa got up to do the milk. But it woke me up as well, as it sometimes do. It does, when your baby's crying. And I thought, I'll just check my phone, as I often do. So usually the side of the bed. And I had an email just ping through. And this email was in my inbox. It wasn't a spam email per se, but it just sort of popped up in my inbox, and it was from some random guy who claimed it was from China, who said that he'd put some sort of Trojan horse onto an adult website and had taken control of my camera on my phone. Well, he actually didn't mention phone, but when you're reading this first time round, and you're sort of a bit shocked by it. You're like, my God, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
You fill in the blanks yourself, don't you, sort of thing. But he didn't actually. He said basically taking control of my camera and taking pictures of me making love to myself. You could see everything and stuff like this. And to send him $400 in Bitcoin, otherwise, is going to expose the whole thing, and send it to all my friends in my my inbox, to people at work, and this, that, and the other. So I was half asleep when I got this email.
I got the email. You want me to show it?
Yeah. Whack it on, man. And put it up. And I was sort of half asleep. And I was like, Jesus Christ. Because the first thing that popped into my head was that I sometimes listen to podcasts when I'm in the shower in the morning.
Yeah. And
I sometimes sort of prop it up, so I can basically reach out and press a button, and pause it or whatever, whilst I'm listening. And I'm thinking to myself, was this, did this guy pick up my sort of camera whilst I was doing that? Or, what's happened sort of thing? Because I don't have a laptop. So...
Well, I hate to tell you, but I mean, what he's accusing you of, I think most everybody does.
Well, yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
like,
Well, that's
yeah, you know, it's like, oh, you're behind the monitor. Oh, you know, the family's out. Let me, you
yeah.
know.
Well, this is it. You know,
It's like, what's
I mean,
this? Oh, what did my fingers just type out?
but funny enough, though, you know, when I do it, like 99% of the time, and going stuff like that, it's to find pictures to annoy people, you know, so I could just copy and save them and put people's faces on them and stuff like that, you know, like I do sometimes in the Twitter chat group, you know, just to
Yeah.
wind people up. So, you know, most of the time it is genuinely that, but I was more worried about like when I was in the shower and stuff, and when I'm listening to the podcasts. And anyway, yeah, I sort of read it, and then I read it again. And I thought, no, this can't be right. This is rubbish. So I Googled, you know, and then eventually I found lots of other emails that are very, very similar. And I think Morgan Tanner said he'd received, you know, on the Twitter, he said he'd received something very, 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 very similar.
Yeah.
But it really does make you think. And it sort of shocked me, really. I was like, oh my God, you know, can this happen? Is this something, you know, I was thinking if it's like my dad or something, or someone who doesn't understand technology quite as well as I do.
Yeah.
You'd be really worried about that, wouldn't you? You'd be like genuinely thinking, "My God, you know."
A lot of people get taken for these things because, like you said, there's not a lot of people really have that. You know, like they know what's going on, and they really get taken. It's a shame, you know.
It is, and it's apparently someone was saying. There's like a Reddit chat about it, and someone was saying that they, just out of interest, they had a look at the Bitcoin account that was listed and clicked on the link, and someone had already deposited $344 in there. So, you know, they usually just leave them up for a short period of time and then just pull it down. So it's clear that someone had already been duped, basically, by it. But,
And
you know,
who has fucking bitcoins?
I know. Well, I think
Can I have bitcoins, please? Like, you know, let me go and get them. You know.
Yeah, I think you can. I think what it is you can pay by credit card, and you can sort of.
Oh, and then it like translates.
And it translates it to Bitcoin. I don't know. I assume that's what it is. But yeah, it's. I suppose it's a lesson to anyone sort of listening that, you know, just ignore it basically. I have read up on it and stuff, and it is possible to take control of cameras on your laptop, and that it's less easy to do the same thing on a phone, especially an iPhone, because the Safari browser, which is what I'd use to look at the internet, I have a laptop, but I don't use the internet on it. I just tend to use it for writing.
Yeah.
In fact, I 99.9% of my usage on my laptop is writing, and I barely go on the internet. But yeah, on the phone, I use Safari, and you can actually set it to by default to not access the camera at all, and it has to ask you before accessing the camera. So that was switched on anyway by default. So that made me think, yeah, maybe not.
That always turns.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you have it turned off, you get a hacker in there. They're gonna what's it called? They're gonna be able to turn that shit on and look.
Yeah. I suppose, but if it was a real thing, then how come they didn't send me like a little teaser photo? Because apparently, you know what I mean? Apparently they had photos and videos of you know, of whatever.
Pork pie hats,
and you know, yeah, and stuff. But I was thinking, man, you know, see, for example, you were sort of looking at that sort of thing on your phone. The camera's going to be pointed at your face, and the other camera is going to be pointed at the floor, isn't it? You don't point it directly down at your genitals, do you?
Well, I mean, if they'd probably see your face, and they'd see your shoulders like kind of shaking, and then at one point, if you're successsul, they'll see like, you know,
it's always successful.
your boob face, and so I mean, they're not going to get any vision. And I was thinking about getting a camera for my desktop, but like I would just unplug it.
Yeah.
It's got those USB ones, so I got the USB things right in the front of the desktop, so I just like plug it in there when I use it.
Right.
But the laptop does. It does have that thing
Yeah.
that's. But mine when my camera's on, it has a blue light right in front of it, so I'll know if it's turned on.
I mean, I don't know if it makes any difference. Perhaps someone out there who knows a bit more about technology than me will know.
Yeah.
But I run a VPN. Whenever I'm surfing the internet on my phone, I have a VPN switched on at all times. I don't know if that makes any difference. But yeah, I don't think it's real, man. If it was, I'd get like you say, you'd send a teaser, you'd send someone in I will send it to Will Marchese. You'd have someone else, from your address book there if you were going to do it, wouldn't you? But what sort of threw me was that my name was mentioned. My email's like Gary A. Buller, all one word, but it said Gary Buller, as you'll see, in the picture.
Yeah.
So it's like they knew my name, and that sort of threw me a little bit as well, and being in my inbox too. But I've just basically junked it now. I did a bit of research, and you can sort of report it. There's like a cyber crimes unit in the UK. I don't know if it's probably the same in the States. I don't think it does a lot of difference, but you can report it. So it is blackmail at the end of the day, but just ignore it.
Yeah, just ignore it. I mean, those things are bullshit. And the thing is, I'd be like, hey, I don't know. It's just with those things, you never. There was one guy that called me and they're telling me, "Oh, we had you were something about taxes or something," and like I know I paid my taxes, and they're like, "Oh, you did this. We're looking for you," and I said, "Yeah, okay. Who's this?" And they're like, "This is a serious matter, sir." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, okay, whatever."
Yeah.
And it might have been for my father because he has the same name, but it's like,
right,
it's not for me. So,
God, I remember. Oh goodness, it must be like 7 or 8 years ago now. I used to work on a building site. We had a print room in like a porter cabin. So when anyone wanted to print plans or whatever, they'd come to us and we'd print them out. Anyway, near the end of the project, it was a little quiet, and we used to get these random phone calls off scammers and stuff. So me and the guy that I used to work with, we used to basically take the mickey out of them and try and sort of string them along as long as we could. It'd be quite funny. It became a bit of a game. We'd answer the phone to them, we'd make it sound like we were interested, and then we'd sort of go, "Hold on a second," we'd just put the phone down and just like leave it for an hour. just carry on doing what we were doing, and then come back and sort of go, yeah, 1 minute, won't be long, sort of thing. But another scam I sort of heard of about the same time was puppies and dogs. And I don't know if you have the same in America, but the scam is, I think it's one of these sort of African, sort of Nigerian prince scam type things. But at the time, I was looking for a puppy. My Labrador had died, and I was looking for a replacement. So I was searching the internet, and pedigree puppies are really, really expensive. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds. And I was basically looking for someone selling or giving one away at quite a low price. You didn't have to be full pedigree. Just something pretty. And you look on like Gumtree and things like that, and I don't know. Do you have Gumtree in America?
Gumtrees, is that like something comes, like a sap or something comes out of them?
No. Yeah, it's a website. It's called Gumtree. It's where you sell things. It's I don't know. Do you use Craigslist or something over there? Is that similar?
Yes, and I call that murder list.
Right.
Yeah, because so many crazy things that happen with that thing. It's like.
Yeah, but I found this advert on Gumtree, this website, selling pedigree. What was it? I think it was Malamute. Like the big husky type dogs. So they were selling them, and it was like £50 for a Malamute, which is like really stupidly cheap. And as is often the case, it's like if looks too good to be true, it is too good to be true most of the time. So anyway, I emailed this address and said, yeah, I was interested. And they replied saying that, they were happy to sell us this dog for £50, but they just so happened to be based up on the Isle of Skye, which is it's above Scotland. It's like probably an 8-hour drive for me, and then you'd have to get a ferry over to this island.
What kind of dogs are they? Are they special?
No, they were supposed to be not Weimaraner is what they're called. Malamutes, so the big husky type things.
Oh.
So the seller was like, yeah, we sell Malamutes. It's going to be £50, but you're going to have to pay for them to be basically sort of posted down, which was ridiculous. It's like, how would you post? You'd need a dedicated courier for something like that, wouldn't you? And they were sort of saying £100, and we'll post this dog down to you. Just pick which one you want. They had a picture and this is another thing that made me think it wasn't real. It looked like a stock photo a little bit.
Yeah.
And they had 3 or 4 of these puppies on there. Pick one and we'll send that one down. And a reply saying, hang on a minute, is it safe to post? You can't post animals like that. How weird.
Yeah.
And I called the bluff a little bit, said, oh, it's fine. Funnily enough, I'm up on holiday in Scotland this weekend, so I'll get the ferry over and I'll come and collect it. And they were replying no, it's okay. It's just and the English was terrible as well.
Yeah.
And me and my friends sort of led them on a little bit. And we had it to the point where the guy was ringing us.
I mean, what's funny though? I've watched, there's this guy on YouTube that I watch. I think his name is Mr. Murder or something, or Mr. I gotta look that up. But he has these like Reddit and Craigslist and all these things.
Yeah.
And he talks. He reads stories that people send in, and they go on these like what you just said. Like they have these little ads and stuff. They go maybe they're selling a dog. You go to the place and the door's open, and then it says just come inside, and then you go inside and the lights are off, and then you're like, what's going on, There was one with a delivery guy, Chinese. He delivered Chinese food, and he went to one place, and the lights were off. And when he got to the table, in a sense, he just wanted to get out of there. The money was on the table, and he looked up, and he saw a shadow towards the back of the room, and then he just dropped the food and ran. But it's crazy stories with this Craigslist and like you said, Gumtree.
Yeah, Gumtree, yeah, it's like a selling website. But I tagged this guy along to the point where I gave him the works, because we were closing down, I gave him the number, and he was ringing up and everything. And he was clearly African or something. You could tell by his voice, he's probably a Nigerian. And he was just sort of saying, yes, I have dog for you, I have dog. And we got to a point where he was waiting outside a post office.
Yeah.
Apparently in Scotland, up on this Isle of Skye, which is not a chance in hell. But apparently he's outside this post office waiting for us to send over a Western Union money transfer. So one of these. Do you know what I mean when I say Western Union money transfer?
Yeah, that's like I don't think you really even need those anymore, right? Because you got all this Google and all this other Facebook. You can do it.
But anyway, he's literally waiting at this post office, and he sends me a form from his phone. He must have had one of the early smartphones, and he said basically fill out this form, put your details, and send it back. So I'm going back to the whole thing about me looking at erotic photographs to prank people with. Me and my friend went on a website, found a picture of this man with a really big penis on it, and we sort of stuck it over the bit where it said you had to put the Western Union stamp or whatever it was. You had to put some sort of, it was like a box you had to fill out, and rather than putting the stamp on there, I actually just put a picture of a man with a massive penis on, and then I sent it to him and listened on the phone as he received it.
Oh, I think I remember this story. Something sounds familiar, yeah.
It was hilarious, man. He was going mental on the other side of the phone, this fella. And I just went, see ya, and just put the phone down, and me and Fro just laughing at it.
So basically, you turned out to be the horror of the situation.
Well, yeah, I mean, the idiot was trying to scam me at the end of the day, and
yeah.
There's actually a book I purchased. I can't remember who it's by. I'll look it up and I'll try and send it to you to put in the notes, because it's absolutely brilliant. It's a guy who basically does what I did, but even funnier, and he pushes scammers as far as he can push them. And this book is the transactions between them, the discussions are back and forth. So I'll find out what it was called and send it to you. The link for it. It's hilarious. It's just so funny. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just crazy when you can do that. You know, when you can turn it around and scam the scammers. But so many people get taken. You know, and I mean, Craigslist can be good too. Like I remember my brother-in-law, he put out that he had like a couch that he wanted to get rid of. It was because he was moving, so he didn't need it, and it was legitimate. But the thing is, he's a cop, and he has a gun. So it's like you come there and you're ready to kill somebody. You know, you're not gonna. It's not gonna happen. But if you're just a regular person, you know, it's scary who you can get. You know, and I don't like they have these things, Angie's List, and for businesses and stuff. But you really don't know who's unless you're paying a fee or there's something to legitimize the whole situation. You really don't know what you're getting. You know? Yeah,
exactly. And I don't feel any guilt about doing what I did with it with the guys at all. You know?
Oh no, screw that.
It's hilarious.
Did they even have the dogs, or that was a whole scam?
No, it was complete rubbish. Yeah, I later found other dogs, you know, different breeds and this, that, and the other. And lo and behold, it's the same contact and the same, you know, address. So. Yeah. So it's a load of rubbish.
Wait, what's this? It's Dustin. You wanna jump? I wanna so I don't know if you don't look at the YouTube page, right?
I don't know as we're talking. I've literally got the phone in my pocket.
Let me. I want to stress I want to stress out Skype. Wait, let's see. Add people to this call. I'm going to add, let's create this group. Dustin?
Is he there?
I hear the birds.
Huh?
Wait, did we break Skype already? Hello? Hello?
Going.
Hey! What the hell just happened? I had to come back into my own call. I thought I broke it. I was like, one person we get on extra and we broke it already?
Too much awesomeness cannot happen on the same call. Someone had to leave for a minute.
Yeah.
And then Kelly says in the chat, she says, birds always announce Dustin's arrival.
Oh, man, you know, a little behind the scenes here. I've just been sort of, as I was talking to you, I was looking outside. My dog's in the back garden on the lawn, and I think I could see him sort of chucking up, basically being sick. So I've gone outside, and that's when you heard the birds tweeting. And then he's eaten. It looks like he's eaten one of Lisa's got these little ankle socks that she wears.
Yeah.
And he always eats them, and it's really dangerous. You know, if they get in his bowels, it can kill him. You know.
Wait. So let me get this straight. They're called lime coal socks.
Is that right?
Lime. So this is what I see. This is the vision I get when you tell me that. I get a vision of lime colored coal, like charcoal socks.
Yeah. Yes.
That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, like little ankle socks, you know, like little charcoal-coloured ankle socks.
And he eats these?
He does. If we have the washing out on the... we've got like a little dryer.
And wait, let me get this straight. So you looked out your window, you see him like kind of retching.
Yes, exactly.
Because he ate the sock. Now, if he eats one of these socks, you got to get that surgically removed.
Yeah, he's spewed them back up again.
Oh, okay.
That's what he's just done.
Because that's hard to get out.
He does it. I would say all the time. He's probably done it about 3 or 4 times before, and then they either pass out one way or they pass out the other. But I keep warning Lisa to keep her socks away from him, basically. You know, if she's going to put them out, at least peg them. You know, make sure they're not going to fall off the dryer. You know,
he's small.
Yeah.
Right? How does he even reach the thing?
Because they'd have been on one of the bottom. It's like a clothes dryer that we've got, like a little rack that we put outside. And these socks were probably on the bottom rung or near the bottom rung. Yeah. And it's probably jumped jumped up and at him, but it's really annoying when he does it. But he almost always passes them, and one way or the other. But it's just, I just have to keep telling him to be careful. Like you say, it's dangerous, and one day it could kill him,
But and so that makes more sense. But but wait a second. So he's retching. Now this dog.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question because you sent me a picture last week. He looks like. So you know that character from the AMC show? Oh crap! It's with the church preacher.
Preacher.
Yes.
Yeah, his mouth looked like the character Arsehole. you know what I'm talking about?
Arseface?
Yeah.
Arseface, that's right, Arseface.
Yeah. He did in that picture. He doesn't normally. I'll get another picture where it doesn't look like an arsehole, but he's really good. He's just he's stupid as hell though. He really is. His hobby is going to the back gate and barking at people as they go past. That's it. That's his hobby.
I mean, dogs. I guess dogs really do that.
Yeah, he's.
You gotta live. You gotta live.
Exactly. You got to do something. Eat socks and bark at the gate.
Okay, I have the picture. Let me just do the screen share real fast. I have the picture of this dog up. Okay, you see it?
What if you put it on?
Me and my child.
There we go.
His mouth actually, and I put a picture of Arseface. I put Arsehole. I didn't know that, but it looks the same.
Yeah, I guess like the coloring around his mouth. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And now I'm watching as he's eating what's left of his bath in the garden. After I've gone out and I've actually using a dog poop bag, I've sort of scooped up the bulk of it with the sock inside it, and he's now just sort of eating the rest of it. Oh my God. Welcome to the horror podcast with Marchese Buller.
Well, I'm trying to keep it on subject with the with the preacher and all that stuff.
Was that a subtle nod to keep us on track?
That was an attempt. That was an attempt to keep it horror. Wait, Renee Miller. This is actually a little bit of horror.
Any kind of dog retching and barking. There's nothing scarier than something making that hacking sound, like they're about to bark. There's nothing more horrific.
Wait, like that? No. Like what was that movie? Christmas Vacation, where you hear the dog under the table, like.
Yeah.
True horror is just listening to a dog retch for like 90 minutes, and that would be the worst film ever. I
feel bad for that dog's stomach.
He's good now. He's just sort of trotting around the garden like he's won something,
Well, here's something that's a little horrific. Renee Miller says her dog eats tampons.
Oh.
Well, you know what the question is? Let me see if she'll answer this. Before or after? I mean, because if it's before, it's like whatever. It's like okay.
If it's after, you might have a vampire dog.
That's the thing. But if it's before and that thing, then again, if that thing expands in the stomach.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's not good.
Used.
Do you have
used? She said used.
No.
Oh God. Do you have any pets, Dustin? Besides Adrian?
Yeah. I don't. Unfortunately, I used to, but where we live now, we're not allowed to have pets, and it's probably for the best because I'm somewhat allergic. So,
okay.
Not allergic to the point where I can't tough it out or just take a pill and deal with it. But I've had many cats over the years. One really, really good cat that was my cat. She used to crawl onto my back in my tree house and then lick the back of my head. And, she was just my cat. She always had a funny meow. I had a dog, but he kept running away. So we had to take him to where it was okay for dogs to just roam around because that's how he was happiest. So we took him to my aunt's house who lives in West Virginia, and he just sort of got to roam around. He was like the town dog. Everyone just was like, all right, hey, Mickey, what's up?
His name
My
was
dad
Mickey?
had a.
Yeah, I named him Mickey.
It's
That was like
that song. Hey,
I have no
Mickey,
idea
you're
what song.
Well, sorry,
Oh.
I forgot my age. Actually, it's before my age. It's like, hey, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blew my mind. Oh, forget it.
I definitely would not like. I don't know. The 6 or 7-year-old me would not have known that song to name him Mickey.
I think
I don't know why. Probably Mickey Mouse, but I can never remember liking Mickey Mouse, so I have no idea why I named the dog that.
And he just roamed around. There's a cat around our neighborhood that does that.
Yeah.
It walks my daughter home halfway from school. My daughter and my wife, like it walks everybody. It just walks around, but it's a cat. You would think it's a dog or something. I almost ran it over the other day. My daughter's like, "Oh no!" I was like, "Oh no, he got out of the way." And I was like, "Oh shit!" I said, "Yeah, he knows." That cat was almost gonna be like flattened on the surface of the pavement.
Jeez.
Poor cat.
Oh,
And that
wow.
would have been the murder of this cat, this neighborhood cat. The guy walks around with his dog, and the dog is on a leash. The freaking cat's following behind him. Yeah, it's so weird.
Oh,
That's
man.
funny. Poor cat. I've had a couple cats get hit, and then they just are left there. It was sad.
Like let's keep this horror, like Church from Pet Cemetery.
Yeah.
That's one I haven't read yet,
Real?
Oh,
and I haven't seen the movie.
You know I heard they're making a remake.
I did hear that, so that's kind of cool. Also,
I
I really wanted to listen to the audiobook of Michael C. Hall doing Pet Cemetery. Like, I like Michael C. Hall, especially like from Dexter and stuff. But I think that would be really cool to listen to. I just haven't got around to grabbing it.
I've got it. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
It is. It's really good. I'd forgotten. I think I was saying to Will, I'd forgotten how good it was. You know, as a story, it's absolutely brilliant. Definitely give it a try.
yeah. It's like I'm a new Stephen King sort of fan, I guess. Like, I wasn't really allowed to like watch horror stuff or read that kind of stuff. Plus, after I hit a certain age, like I became obsessed with like Star Wars stuff. And when I'm like really interested in something, like I immerse myself in it like completely to the point where like I eat, breathe, sleep, everything, that one thing that I really like and I'm into. So for a long time, it was all about Star Wars because that's where it, originally came from. And then after that, I read a lot of Goosebumps stuff, and that was my, horror Goosebumps, like I said. But yeah, so I just started Stephen King stuff, and I listened to and read through all of The Dark Tower. That was my first Stephen King book.
That was the first.
Really?
That was
the first Stephen King book was the Dark Tower series.
Oh my God. That's like
Yep.
no, no, because like I'm not saying it's bad, but like that's
mortified.
when you read some of the other stuff, you're gonna be like, holy shit, what a difference. Not saying it's not
it got
bad
a lot
or
of crap, but I mean,
no, I'm not saying it's
I
bad.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool because there was so many things that it referenced, and just to like look at a map and see that someone's taken the time to map out like where all these connections are, like the Stephen King universe, and how they all sort of like tie back into the Dark Tower series. Like, it's kind of cool because now I'll be reading a book and it's like, oh, that's a reference to this from the Dark Tower series. Like, I just pick up all the minute details and stuff. It's
Yeah.
I don't mind. Like, I know a few of my friends were like, oh, that was a crap ending in the Dark Tower. Like, I hate how it ended. And I'm like, well, it is what it is. I liked it. I thought it was fine. Like, it kind of sucks. Like that, spoilers, that he's sort of stuck in this loop to do it forever, but it's not the same loop. That's the thing that I like held on to. Like, this time around, it's different. Like, how is having the horn of whatever it's called, how is it going to change the story this time around? Because he stopped and picked up the horn after the battle and before he went on his way chasing the man in black. So it's like, it's like kind of cool. Like, okay, how will this one be different? Like how? So it gets crap, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's always different when a man gets the horn.
Yeah,
it always makes a difference.
It does. Well, like the Horn of Gondor. Just imagine if that hadn't been blown in Lord of the Rings.
Bo.
Exactly.
Hey, Bo.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Hey, Bo.
Hello.
Bo.
Bobo.
Does that okay?
Yeah. So we got 4 people on now. Let's try to stress the shit out of Skype and my connection. See how far my connection goes.
First off, how do any of you not know Mickey?
Yeah.
I know.
That is a classic 80s tune.
I don't think I've ever heard it.
It was on Wayne's World, weren't it? I remember it from Wayne's World.
Yes. Yeah,
that's right.
Let's see, Wayne's World. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I'm trying to remember her name.
Yeah, I've never seen Wayne's World.
You need to see it.
Oh, that's good. I think you'd really enjoy that film.
Possibly. You never know. I get that a lot. Like, people are like, you haven't seen this movie? And it's like, no. But
I'll never do that to you.
Oh, it happens all the time. I get so much crap from like friends at work, especially who are a little bit older than me, but they'll like, oh man, remember this movie? Or they start quoting Airplane at me, and it's like, I've never seen Airplane. They're like, you can't work here unless you've seen Airplane. So like one of the first things I did like after I started working was someone lent me their copy of Airplane, and I had to watch it. And it's like, okay, that was pretty good. I understand all the references you make all day, every day now.
Talking of sort of 80s references, I watched Ready Player One last night.
Oh, that's a good movie. I like it.
It's absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed it more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on in that film. It was like too much.
Yeah, it was just Easter egg central, weren't it?
It was. I mean,
like Ethan was just like,
Well, for example, like the one thing that I missed that I can't believe I missed because I'm such a huge Firefly fan, but the Serenity was there. And
oh wow.
That dude jumped out, but I was so like geeking out the fact that he was turning into like the Gundam or whatever. I forget what it was. He was turning into whatever robot. I think it was Gundam, and he jumped out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awesome! And I completely missed the fact that he jumped out of the back of Serenity.
Yeah,
I'm just like, someone was like, oh man, did you catch that Firefly reference? I was like, nope, I was too busy nerding out over other things. I didn't see it.
So much stuff. I'm waiting for somebody to do like a legit video where when it comes out on video, and they just do a frame by frame, and they're like, here was everything. Because I know that
it would be longer than the movie.
Yeah, that was what I joked when it came out, because somebody's going to do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably going to be like 3 hours long and explain all the references frame by frame. Like, just there was so many things, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Even though it wasn't like the one from when I was a kid, and
it looked like the. Wasn't it the what is his name? God, I want to say Brockheimer, not Brockheimer. He did Transformers, his version.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't recall if there was any in there.
Because it looked like the movie versions, and that design's okay, but.
I saw the Ninja Turtles at one point. Did you see the Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, the Ninja Turtles were okay. I mean, it was the wrong one. The newer ones are okay, but I don't think they're as good as the classics for the most part. But I thought that was cool, and there was so many things that were awesome in there.
I just want to say that I love Bo's voice. I don't know if you guys have any of you guys ever listened to or play rather GTA 5.
Yeah,
I did. I played either 4 or 5.
His voice reminds me of Wade Herbert, the guy who hung out with Trevor.
Oh, the one, if I put a little lisp on it, that guy?
Yeah, like he. I don't know if you guys know the Insane Clown Posse, but he had like that kind of makeup on when he was first.
Yeah, the Juggalo dude.
Yeah, so it's just so cool. Like I'm not saying it's exactly, and I love that character, man. Let me tell you, I love that character. I love the whole Trevor character. The whole I guess because I lived in the Bronx, so maybe I could I don't know relate to that stuff, but. I mean, I wasn't a meth cooker or anything like that, but,
that we know of.
Yeah, exactly.
His voicemail is hilarious on that game. Have you ever called him where you can't get a hold of him?
Yeah.
Because his voicemail is just like, Wade. Wade. I think it's broken.
It's just genius, that character, man. It's so good. The whole series actually is genius. I mean, I know it's a lot of stereotypes and stuff, but that's what it is, man. That's what the life is. It's in the city and in the cities and everything. So, but it's good when you can laugh at it, But that character, man. Every time when I was listening to you on the Deadman's Tone podcast, and I was just like, wow, man, he sounds just like. And I couldn't get the character. I couldn't remember the character's name.
Well, it's weird because he was giving me compliments too. He said I sound like a Tyler Labane. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. From Tucker and Dale.
Tucker and Dale.
Oh, yeah.
And he used to be on Reaper, which was just a really awesome show on the CW that got canceled too soon.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Oh.
Tyler Labane or Labine or whatever his name is. That guy.
Yeah. And he does voice work too. I'm pretty sure he's Hunk on Voltron or Netflix.
I think you know what. Let me do the screen share so people can see this. I think. Well, these are the two guys here. It's Tucker and Dale versus Evil. One guy's
it's not Alan Tudyk. It's the other guy.
Yeah, the guy that played Dale, Tyler Labine.
But he said I sound like him, so I mean, like that. I was like, thank you.
That movie is great. It's been so long. I need to rewatch that movie. That was good.
Is it what is it? What is it about?
It's a horror comedy. Like just these two random dudes like come across like some bad stuff happening, and they're all just like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" Like they're still like the innocent like Southern stuff that's just being like thrown in the middle of these random crazy circumstances. It's kind of like that. It was a lot of fun.
Oh man, I see like a picture of a girl that's on this kind of thing that's going towards a saw.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a horror type stereotype if there wasn't some like hot girl in danger or something.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen Zombievers?
Which one?
Zombievers?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's just so you're watching it, you're thinking, yeah, I know this is supposed to be stupid, but this really is fucking stupid,
What is it called? Zombievers?
Zombievers.
And it's
they're both on Netflix too.
They are.
Oh my god!
I should really like it because of the innuendo and stuff, and it's full of innuendo. That's basically the one thing it's got. But I don't think we finished it all. I think we watched about 3/4 of it. I was like, "Yep, I've had enough of that."
Isn't that another Ron Jeremy film?
No, it says from the guys who brought you Apple Pie, Cabin Fever, and The Ring.
No, I mean like I think he made a cameo in it or something.
I think he might.
Like at the end.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's like obsessed with B movies and stuff, and he watches all this stuff. So he's like, "Oh man, Zombievers, here, check this out," and then he like gives me a copy of it, and it's like, "Watch it, it's great." And I think I remember him saying that Ron Jeremy was at the end, made a cameo. Maybe he could have been talking about one of the Sharknadoes. It's hard to keep track. He watches so many like B crappy horror movies.
I'm looking it up with the screen share, and then I get a message from Gary that says, "Smack my naughty body." Oh shit! I don't see Ron Jeremy on the actor's credit thing, but
it could have been a different one. I just I know he made a cameo at some point. in one of those crappy ones.
I mean, this might have to be the next review on Aphotic Realm.
You know
Oh,
what? It's absolutely terrible. I mean, I don't know if we've spoken about this before. Deep Blue Sea 2. Have you seen it or have you heard of it?
I've heard of it. I didn't think it was coming out till later.
Oh, it's horrible. It's such a bad film. It's not even funny bad. It's terrible. And you got like this woman who's like the main protagonist, and she's it's one of these stereotypical scientists who's also very sexy, and she's a fantastic swimmer, and she knows a lot about marine biology. And then she meets this other guy who's like this other stereotype of like a butch sort of, mean, horror, rides around on his little water jet ski thing, and he knows sharks as well, but he's a bit of a badass. And it's just like them two being chased by, it's bull sharks in the second one. In the first one, it's like mako sharks. And it just rehashes the same stuff. But there's this terrible scene. I don't care about spoilers because it's so bloody awful. You don't really, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Yeah, I'm doing everyone a favour basically. But there's this scene where one of the sharks gives birth to a lot of little sharks, and like the first film, the corridors of this like underwater lab have flooded. And like semi-flooded, so you can you're walking sort of chest deep in the water, and there's a scene where these baby sharks come around the corridor, and there's someone walking down, and he sees them coming. He sees them coming, and he jumps. No, there's this guy, one of the would-be victims, sort of walking around the corner. These sharks swim along, the baby ones, and he jumps up and he grabs a pipe on the roof, and he's sort of hanging there for dear life. And these sharks are sort of jumping up to bite him, but they're not even CGI sharks. They're like literally little rubber sharks. They're just being sort of thrown at him. But it's not even tongue in cheek. It's just, and he's screaming for dear life.
Maybe they figured it would become like a cult classic or something.
Oh, it's awful. but it's really, Sharknado was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed watching Sharknado just because I know it's supposed to be terrible, isn't it? And you like it because they're trying and they know it's bad. But this, I think, was marketed to be a serious sequel, and I quite like Deep Blue Sea. And it's terrible.
It's so funny. There was one. It really, it's. I did a review for Aphotic actually for it. I think it was 57 meters down or 47 meters down.
Yeah.
And
that's good.
I thought it was going to be stupid. I mean, I was like, oh boy, here another shark. But actually, it focuses on the girls going into this cage and they're to see sharks. So right there, you're already like kind of entrapped in this thing. You can't get out of it. I mean, it was a quick, thing. It wasn't anything great or anything, but it definitely wasn't like a cheap, Sharknado type thing. It was pretty good.
Have you seen
the whale because it was so tight? Got out, and that was it.
Wait, you said the whale was tight?
No, I said it played so tight. How many beers have you had, man?
I don't know, but Samuel Adams is like.
I heard the whale was tight, and I'm like, wait, tight as in like cool, or tight as in someone raped a whale?
Oh,
is someone raping a whale?
I was thinking more like when I was in the Bronx.
I would have went. That whale was tight.
Tight. Not tight.
That whale's
not
tight.
Like. Oh, that was tight. It's not like
yeah, that's tight. What I was thinking.
Plus, then you're going into like the movie would have to be retitled. That would be
tight whales.
You know what else is a really good film to do with like aquatic creatures? I suppose. Have you ever seen Black Water?
Yeah, I haven't seen
from
it.
2007. It's the one about the crocodile, based on a true story, set in Australia. It's really good. I give that one a try.
Black Water.
Yeah, 2007.
You said Australia?
Yeah, it's set in Australia. Yeah, so they have real sort of giant sort of crocs down that way, don't they? So it is based on a true story. But you reminded me with the 47 meters down thing because she is sort of stranded. And it's a similar sort of setup where she's trying to escape. but she's trapped by this massive crocodile.
Oh man, yeah,
that sounds interesting. But just googling it, I see that there's a 2018 Blackwater movie.
Yeah,
and it stars Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren. This sounds immediately sounds awesome.
I got the actual Blackwater with the girl. Like she's holding somebody's hand. Looks like she just cut his hand off to feed the shark or the alligator or crocodile.
Yeah, crocodile.
I do see the Blackwater with Van Damme also though. I see that, but the one with the girl. I mean, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, watch it. Yeah, it's a good film.
Blackwater.
Yeah.
What's the Van Damme Lundgren one? What's the story on that?
Oh, it's someone's trapped at a a deep cover operative awakens to find himself imprisoned in a CIA black site on a submarine.
Sounds a bit racist.
Yeah.
I might give that one a miss.
And this is who's trapped though? Dolph Lundgren or Van Damme?
Well, in the poster I'm looking at, it looks like Van Damme has duct tape over his mouth. So,
oh yeah,
if I had to guess, he's trying to pass as a I don't know.
Oh, he was sent in to be like the captured.
Maybe Dolph Lundgren is trapped in Van Damme because he's very, very tight.
Yeah,
like whales.
Could be. Like whales, because whales are tight.
Sorry, Bo. Sorry.
I'm like really trying to think of that like a tight whale.
Barry.
like wait. I could just imagine like when I was in the Bronx, like, yo, that whale's tight. And then you see some whale just walking down the street. Like I guess you could say a whale could be like a chubby lady. Or
that's what I was going to say.
Chubby guy too. I mean,
or we could visit Wales.
Yeah, well, I've been to Wales and it was quite tight.
There we go.
I put in tight whales on Google brings up right whales. Right whales.
Oh.
Right whales or black whales are 3 species of large baleen whales.
I can't believe you're Googling that on the podcast.
Tight whales? There's nothing wrong with tight whales.
Well,
he's not screen sharing, so.
Tight whales.
Tight whales.
Yeah. So, let me see. Where is this on the thing?
So, what are you guys reading at the moment?
I'm actually reading. I'll just go first here. I'm reading Altered Carbon.
Cool.
By Richard K. Morgan. It's,
because of the TV series.
Yeah, I watched the TV series and thought it was like fantastic. I really enjoyed it, and I like binged it in like a day and a half because I was sick, and then so then I had to read the book. I actually caught on to this thing. Our library does Hoopla. It's an app where you can like get like ebooks, movies, audiobooks, and then you just download the app and see if a library around your area has it. So then I got a library card. I haven't even set foot in our local library because, well, in the North Canton library, I haven't even gone in. I just signed up for a card over the internet, and they gave me a number, and then I signed in with the app. So there's like a ton of audiobooks on there, and I don't even have to pay for them. It's like, oh, this is great.
Cool. Cool. I think Bo asked, how did it compare, the book compared to the TV series?
So far, it's been pretty close. Like, there's only been a few like slight changes, and I'm not even sure if it's just like this seems different. Is it going to be revealed later on, and we'll see, or what? Like the whole Raylene, whatever Okakawa or whatever her name is, I forget what her last name is. Like on the show, you find out she's connected to Kovac a different way, and then it's sort of revealed like she's part of like the main scheme. And then in the book, it's Like they just know each other. Like they're acquaintances almost. They bumped into each other. So it just didn't. So that seemed to be different, unless they're just waiting for the reveal on that.
Okay.
Cool. What are you reading, Bo?
Yeah, Bo.
I'm reading a spec script, which I'll just keep secret for a friend.
Oh, okay.
I'm just giving them notes on that, so I'm reading through that.
Is it for Deadman?
No, just no, someone else. But and then next on the list, I'm gonna read Kelly's book before a new one comes out because I need to keep up.
Oh yeah, I'm halfway through that one actually. And
nothing but good things, so I'm really excited.
Yeah, I mean, and then I woke up the other morning and my wife was like, "What's that book that you were talking about on the show?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, Kelly Evans." And she's like, "Oh yeah, I might want to read that." So I was like, "Okay."
Not how fantastic you were in bed or anything. It's just like
it's like remember that book on the show? I want to read that. Screw you. No, when you I mean, I'm sure you know Gary and Dustin. When you have kids, it's like it's straight to bed. It's like it's the.
Oh, I'm going to be in bed in like an hour probably. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I don't know when to go to bed. I just stay up. I get like maybe 3 hours of sleep.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
I'm bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get that too, but lately I've been just crashing. Like it's been so crazy at work, and then I'm like sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night, and I'll start working on thumbnails and just various writing things on my phone. I'm like, what am I doing? And I'm like, don't worry, and I just keep doing it until I like drop the phone on my face and fall asleep again.
That's the worst part.
Yeah, Lisa, my other half, recently got one of these Fitbit things, but not. It was they're like really cheap. You know, it's basically the same technology, but it's like £10 as opposed to like £60. You know, and it monitors your sleep patterns and stuff, and it's really good. You know, it shows when you've been in deep sleep and when you've been in light sleep and such, and it's really interesting. She bought one, and I wasn't particularly interested in getting one until I saw what it could do, and then I ordered one straight away because it's waterproof and dustproof as well, which is great for work, and because it's cheap, you can just sort of, you know, it doesn't really matter if it breaks, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I'm really interested in tracking my sleep and stuff, just because I'm always tired. You know, I'm a terrible sleeper. So we shall see. What's that binging noise? I keep hearing like a binging noise. Is someone ordering food?
No, I'm getting text messages and my volume was up on my computer.
Oh, dearie me. Flipping heck, Dustin. Coming on ruining the show. You know?
I know. It's for the birds. I mean,
I could go outside if you want. You can hear a bit of British countryside. Oh dear! I think Kelly looks forward to those parts. Like I could do a Richard Attenborough impression and go outside and pretend I'm talking to the wildlife.
Oh my god!
Speaking of talking to wildlife, my sister had a boyfriend, who brought his friend over. It wasn't her boyfriend; it was this other random weird dude that came over with him. And he would literally go in our bathroom. He wouldn't close the door, and he would just stand there peeing, whistling at the birds outside the window. And we're like, what is this guy doing? And he used to like just constantly show up. It was weird. He was definitely weird.
My sister's ex-boyfriend, I used to go around to his house, and we used to watch silly things like Jackass on the television, have a few beers, and just shoot the shit sort of thing. And I remember one day me and my sister were there, and he had like he was into all this technology, just wasting money on silly things. And he bought a little camera, on these portable sort of Bluetooth camera things. And he used to wear a baseball cap, and he had it on his baseball cap. And he sort of said, "Hey, watch this." And he had it on the television in the living room, what he was seeing. And he went upstairs, and he went to the bathroom. And you just saw him turn around, and all you could see for a minute was like the bathroom door. And then he sort of stood up again and turned around, and there's this massive shit in the toilet.
What the hell?
On the television downstairs. It's like, oh my God, why did you do that?
Oh, man.
Email about it?
Oh my God.
Oh, good.
People are strange.
Yeah, very much so. It was the same guy who had a suicidal scorpion. He had a scorpion that he bought, and because he sort of he went through all these fads with pets, and he used to just get something and sort of not treat it particularly well. And he bought a scorpion, and the scorpion kept trying to drown himself.
Hello?
He went through all these fads.
This sounds like a...
He used to just get something and sort of not treat it particularly well. What's going on? Scorpion kept
This sounds like a sausage fest. Hello? Sounds like There's even an echo. Why is there an echo?
It's just everybody
sounds
talking.
like a sausage fest.
Oh my God.
There's even an echo. Why is there an echo?
Wait, I think
It
everybody's
sounds like a
talking.
sausage fest.
Oh my God. All right, somebody has their speakers on.
Wow.
All right, so just so everybody knows,
What
this is just we're just having a little fun here. Next week we're having a serious show with the guys from the Grey Room, Brian and I believe John. I haven't got the other guy's name yet, but this week we're just having fun. So if you're enjoying this, just keep enjoying it.
It's not always going to be this good, guys. I'm sorry. Right now, next week, it's all bets are off.
We got Bo Chappel. We have Dustin, Styler Yoke, right? Styler
Yoke.
We have Gary and me, and we have Mr. Deadman from the
Whoa.
Deadman's Tone podcast.
Hi, Jesse.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
I didn't even realize Jesse was on. I just heard this weird loop of sausage fest.
Oh, that was me. That was the mixer.
Okay.
That was playing in. I had to mute the stream.
Fantastic.
Sausage fest.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Sausage fest.
Oh wow! It's a real sausage fest as well because there's no ladies apart from Will.
Well, I was trying to get exactly. I was trying to get Kelly on. Wait, let me.
Oh wow!
Show Gary.
It's going to get to a point where there's no one listening because we're all going to be on it.
Kelly might be a little tired from last night.
Oh, okay. Well, what did you get up to?
Well, let's just say the Dark Bard and I. Wow, and I want to say, oh, thanks. And Kelly, man, she dropped she dropped a hilarious joke at the very end of that show. At the very end, we were talking about sharing is caring, and she's like,
"Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna give it away."
Oh,
cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kelly's interesting. She's a cool person. She very professional, but don't be surprised. She will go down and wait. That's it. I didn't like the way I worded that.
Yeah, phrasing.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're over an hour, so.
Oh man! So how's the podcast going, Jesse? How's Deadman's Tome?
Oh, it's going great. But I need to go back out. I need to do some yard work. So I just hopped on just a little bit because you guys asked me to, but we didn't go out there. My wife was like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "I got to do some yard work." But it's just 2 hoes, so.
It's like you play video games on there. You do the show every night almost, and you're gonna go during the middle of the day.
Hello?
Yeah, he really went off. He said
You insulted him and it's like Jesse Deadman left.
He's like, yeah, I'm not gonna let you talk me out. I'm leaving on my own.
I got to do yard work. I can't do yard work. I was supposed to mow again, but it's like raining outside, so.
Oh man, that was really funny when the there's a thing on loop. You could just hear sausage fest, sausage fest, sausage fest.
I was like, how many people got on here? I know I invited a whole bunch of people, but damn.
And that's when Gary's face cam popped up, and I just see him just losing it. It's like insanity.
Unbelievable. I'm going to have to go in 5 minutes, guys. I've overshot it already.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I got to run and get some canola oil.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
You're going to rub yourself down with some of that?
No,
you New Yorkers, man.
I got to bake a cake. I got to bake a cake, man.
Is that some sort of euphemism? I don't know. Is it like being tight?
It's
I
like,
need some canola oil. Because all the stock of tight whales, I need to...
Canola gate.
Oh, poor old Bo. I'm sorry, Bo. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I think he's gone.
No.
You done it.
Oh.
No, I'm here.
Man,
Well,
I love that voice, man.
Ooh.
Thank you, sir.
It's like a Southern Bob Ross.
No one compliments me about my English accent. You know, it's always Bo. It's all about Bo.
Complimenting your accent.
Well, I've heard some good things about Gary's voice. I mean, I was like, you know, I was like, you know, when I do the show, like sometimes I'll do those walk to work things, and I'm like, damn, nobody's gonna listen to this. If I had a little bit of Gary's voice in there. You know?
Yeah, that's really what does the trick.
Yeah.
People just listen to Gary's voice.
I think if it depends where you live, I suppose, doesn't it? You know, if you're English, you might love an American accent.
Yeah.
If you know, or I know a lot of people who like the Irish accent and the Scottish accent, you know, and things like that. I think it's just because it's something different, isn't it? It's quote sort of exotic, you know.
I think it's why you get away with so much too.
I think it is. Well, that and my roguish charm.
Yeah, you cheeky bastard.
And my dog with the asshole face. It all comes together.
My dog, arse face, likes to sniff panties off the line.
my socky teen dog.
My panty sniffing dog.
Holger, Rene Militampon dog.
Oh,
I don't know where he learned that. I don't know where. I don't know where he learned to sniff panties. I certainly didn't teach him that trick.
Kelly says, if you had Gary's voice, most of the southern half of England would hate you.
Yep. Yeah, there's a big north-south divide.
Really?
Well, yeah, you know, there's just to get into it, there's anyone sort of like London and below.
Yeah.
We call them Southerners, and the stereotype is they're soft, and you know they're effeminate, and and yeah. And
wait,
then,
sort of like the Southerners in like America. No, I'm not. Well, I'm not saying that they're soft. I'm saying like the whole thing where they have like the North and the South in America, like.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we see them as like just soft, and yeah, they see us as common, I suppose.
Oh, so
that's
you
the
guys
stereotype.
are the commoners. So the North on your end, the North is the commoners.
Yeah, we're all common, you know, and the people down in London are better than us, and we see them as soft. We did all the hard work, and they sit around at computers all day, sort of thing.
Okay, so in America,
You know?
it's switched. Like the Southerners are kind of like they consider the Southerners sort of like what your Northerners are like, and then the Northerners are like the guys in Manhattan that sip on Starbucks while they're on their laptops, you know.
Like you.
Well, yeah. But I don't go to Well, I go to Starbucks. I tried Dunkin' today, and I'm like, I can't do this, man. I told the woman, I said, can I get I ordered decaf for my father. I got a regular for me, and she still gave me decaf. So I have this huge medium decaf coffee with cream in it, and I'm saying to myself, I'm going to give them one more chance because I really don't like I like Starbucks, the taste and everything, but I just don't like all the crap around them. So, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna have to deal with it. It's just Starbucks coffee is just much better.
Or just make your own coffee.
No, I do. Yeah. For the most part, I started doing that in the morning. But for there's certain times when you just need one and you're like out and about, and I just have to buy it. Like, it's just, you go in there and you just smell the coffee like scent. It just envelopes you, and then it's I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of struggle with the idea, the whole sort of American thing of having sweet stuff like with a coffee and stuff like that, and having sweet stuff for your breakfast.
Yeah,
and it's quite alien to me. It's like I was watching. I think it was like Drivers Dine. Is it Drivers Dine-ins and Dives or something? What's the program called?
Drivers Dine-ins and Dives.
That's the one. Yeah, exactly it. We were watching that, and they were having pancake for breakfast with loads of syrup on it and like bacon and stuff. And to me, that's really strange for breakfast. We'd always have something savoury. We'd have the bacon and we'd have some toast with it.
Yeah.
But and fried eggs and stuff. But the whole sweet thing, like going to a drive-through like that sells donuts, Dunkin' Donuts, and coffee, and that's just like something you go to. I mean, donuts for me are like a dessert. You'd have them. It's weird. It's like having a cake and coffee or something. I suppose you have that as well, don't you?
No, I mean, I know what you're talking about. Like, yeah, it's all sweet, and like sometimes I'll get into the whole savory thing. And it's just so delicious and everything. But now I'm doing this kind of diet thing, so I'm having just like mostly potatoes and things. It's not really like everything's not potatoes, but just that's like simplicity. I lost 100 pounds once when I was younger, but
wow.
This so we get the what are those things, like the hash browns?
Mm-hmm.
And we get them from Trader Joe's, so there's not really a lot of stuff on them, and we just bake them. And then that's what we take in the morning as breakfast. So we save a lot of money. It's basically just potatoes, pretty much, because it's not like the ones that they put all the oil on it and everything. So we got hash browns. We make our own coffee, and then usually whatever I made the night before. So it's like maybe rice and vegetables, or potatoes with onions, or just simple things, and steamed and stuff like that. But yeah, the sweet thing is like that's what really is making America so fat is all the sugar.
Well, we got a Krispy Kreme here, but we've only had one for about 4 or 5 years, like a drive-through. And there's only like 2 in the country, I think. For picking up your donuts and stuff. And we've got like 2 Taco Bells here, like one in Manchester and one in London, and that's it, literally it. We have loads of McDonald's. There's a McDonald's every other street,
Yeah, they got it's everywhere.
And quite a few Burger Kings and things like that. But yeah, Dunkin' Donuts. I don't think we have one. I might be wrong, but yeah, we got a load of donuts on Friday because one of my colleagues was leaving, and it's a bit of a tradition. If you're leaving work, you've handed your notice in, you sort of, or it's your birthday, you fetch some sweet things in for people to eat. And he brought these little tiny donuts, like miniature ones. And they look like they were covered in chocolate, and they look like little arseholes.
It's like the donuts in Dunkin' looks like assholes.
You're eating a donut that looks like a butt,
and it's chocolate, and it's chocolate.
And chocolate. Don't forget that.
Wait, Kelly says that there's only 2 in London, unless they're closed the one in Harrods.
Yeah, Harrods, yeah.
And then she said you want a Tim Hortons. They actually have Tim Hortons in America.
There's a Tim Hortons in Salford, in Manchester, near where I live, and it's literally just open, but the coffee tastes like shit.
Yeah.
It's not good, the coffee, and I believe it's got a reputation for having good coffee, and it doesn't.
Oh, really?
I don't know if it's not translated well over here.
That's the thing, you really gotta. I mean, Starbucks. Say what you want about them, but their coffee, they got that really strong, bitter, flavor, and then you just put whatever you can to it to, make it what you. But Dunkin' Donuts, every time I go there, they always just like put so much milk. I'm like, just put a splash, and then it's like milk, and then they put a splash of coffee in there.
Wow, you're really upset with Dunkin' Donuts, aren't you?
Yeah, I really want to like them, but it's just. And then the whole thing.
So what's your favourite takeout of choice then, guys? Do you?
Yeah.
What do you like? Checkers.
Checkers.
Yeah. Or Rallies or Wendy's.
A lot of those around here. Wendy's. There's a lot of Wendy's around here.
I got one down here, up here.
We get pretty much anything you could think of on every corner, everywhere.
Asshole donuts.
Yeah, I guess.
If y'all can
I'm
get
not a big donut guy, so I wouldn't know.
Kelly Evans said Nando's.
Nando's is good. Do you have a Nando's?
I've never heard of that one.
It's peri peri chicken, Portuguese style chicken. South African. It's quite healthy.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like coated chicken. And,
in South Africa. Founded in South Africa.
So yeah, you rock up, you pick what you want, you sit down, they bring it to you, and you can have it like cool, medium, or hot, or extra hot. And then they've also got the sauces on the table, so you can sort of double down on it, really, get double the sauce on. It's really nice, Nando's. It's really healthy as well. Yeah.
Just trying to see if they have anything in New York. So, Bo, what do you eat?
I usually eat at home. I like to get like lean deli meats or, I'm big on like chicken and rice out of a crock pot and things like that.
Yeah, chicken, that's nice.
Simple thing.
Actually, that's what I'm making tonight. Oh, sorry.
Chicken and rice. I was just going to say, what does Bo like in his mouth?
Well,
Well, it's whale, mostly.
Tight whale. No, I'm making Puerto
Tight
Rican
whale.
Puerto Rican stewed beans with chicken and rice.
Nice.
Yeah. Dustin.
Yo.
Over to you.
What do you have for tonight?
We are having chicken, like just regular baked chicken, and probably like green beans and mashed potatoes or something. Nice. Probably something like that.
Do you mash your own?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yep, we mash them. We save the bag mash for when we're in a hurry, but Yep, that's what we do.
Sorry, I'm just a little bit stunned about that cameo from Mr. Deadman. I'm still getting over.
It was surreal, right?
It a little bit.
I do hope you edit just that one part out and make it available for everybody.
Deadman.
You should do it. Can you do that, Will? Take that sound out
and just make a sound bite out of it. Yeah, I can do that.
You should do that and just put it on Twitter. It'd be so funny.
It's Deadman's review of Horror with Marchese and Buller. The sausage fest. It's a sausage.
Sausage fest. Fantastic.
Yeah, mix it.
I'm surprised we still have 6 people watching.
Sausage fest.
Oh man, when I look back at the podcasts we've done, I usually rate them in the head in terms of how much they've made me laugh, and this has got to be right up there. It's been really, really funny.
There was one funny part when we were doing the one with Dustin, because Gary kept sending me funny texts and stuff. So there's one part where I'm just I do something like this.
Yeah, and you start.
I don't know if you knew that was. I was like, what the hell is going on there?
I thought the whole thing shut off.
It sounds like he's laughing really hard, but he's having to keep going away.
Okay. I'd just like to add to that we weren't taking the mickey out of Dustin. I was just literally trying to make Will laugh.
Because I had 2 Coronas, so I was just
yeah.
What a word.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want Dustin to think I was laughing at him, so I tried to hit the mute button fast. And that's the
You weren't fast enough. I was thinking, what did I say?
The least professional thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't me.
It was.
No, it wasn't you.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
I don't think I said anything funny. So maybe I'm boring. Should I not talk about coconut water?
I was just thinking about the coconut water. I put it was at 51.50 seconds in that episode.
Yeah, you got to listen to it. It's funny.
Gary goes, no, you know what it was? I think you said something like there was 80 people, and Gary goes, 80 people? And I go, I just like start laughing and mute it real fast.
Oh, gosh. Anyway, guys, I'm going to have to go. So that's the end of it for me. But
I got to go get some canola oil.
But again, I'd like to thank Dustin for popping on again. It's been brilliant. I'm really glad you came on. And Bo, of course. Thank you, Bo, for joining us. It's been great.
Thank you, Bo.
And we'll definitely have to do a podcast with someone whose phone doesn't keep going off.
Yeah. Sausage fest. Sausage fest.
Sausage. Yeah.
Just keep it going.
What was that, man? That was scary.
Me.
Hello?
Audience, if you're still listening, here's a fun game you can play at home. Take a guess which two have been drinking.
I just don't. It's like it's not. It's at 6. I told Gary I'm gonna do 20 minutes, and then I said okay, maybe 30 minutes, but like it depends on how many people are listening, and it's still 6 people listening, and it doesn't move from there.
Brilliant.
I think it's just frozen, and really people have stopped listening hours ago.
They just went off already. Anybody who's listening, this was just a special Mother's Day edition. We're just
where everyone on the podcast neglects their mother and families.
That too.
It's a sausage fest.
It's a sausage fest.
It's usually not this wacky.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's what you get to subtitle this episode for sure.
Oh gosh. Right, I'm going, guys. Thank you very much.
All right.
I'll be in touch with Bo to get another show going. Yeah. Peace out, guys. See you in a bit.
Adios.
Adios.
Ciao. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Lordy.
We're still on? Hello?
Hello?
The show. I don't know.
Oh, no. Well, let me just throw this out there. If anybody would like to come on to talk about horror, or if you have something to sell, or a new book coming out, please contact either me or Gary, and we'll make it happen. If you want, you can even contact Bo or Dustin. And if you like this show, please give it a thumbs up. And comment on what you like to hear. Also, subscribe to be notified. Yeah. You could hit the bell, too, if you want. I mean, I heard that helps.
Or you can completely unfriend us all and never talk to us again.
Oh, Jesus.
Your choice.
Now let's watch all the people watching will just start going down. 6 people. I'm just waiting for it to go down before I say goodbye, and it's like there's just 6 people there.
Well, they're waiting to hear the very end of the show. One of us might throw down an awesome nugget. You got to be the leader. End it. End it.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, you know, I don't even know what to do. What do we do? Do we just go? I mean, I gotta get this canola oil.
Canola oil.
It's like raps.
It's so confusing anyway. It's so impromptu. Yeah, just cut it.
Just cut it.
Just cut it.
I just
in the middle of a sentence.
Just cut it.
Sausages.
Sausage first.
Oh wait, I didn't cut myself. Wait here.